Hey everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Officer Adda 24/7, the special YouTube series of your LRB subject in the English medium language. A very good evening to all of you. First of all, those candidates who are new in this session, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel. If you subscribe the channel, then the new session that is always come in a day, always, come in your mobile. So that's why if you subscribe, the notification will be automatically come in your mobile. Okay, so class, this is the first paid batch of this November session. This is a fresh batch. So if you want to get enrolled in this batch, so in this batch there will be the live classes, just like I'm doing the live classes in the YouTube session. So same thing in the this one also, in the paid batch also, the live classes will be there of all the three paper. The ebooks will be available, the test series will be available, and the recorded session will be available for 6 months in this batch. Okay, so if you want to get enrolled today, because today 81% discount is going on and this batch is going to be start from 1st of July. So if you want to get enrolled, you can easily go this batch. Okay, now what we are doing, we are doing the important contents of all the module. This 9 p.m. session is basically for the English medium students and the South Indian students. So that's why, from 20 June to till now, we are doing the generic session. Why this generic session is important? Because, if you are the new candidates, you always want to know that what is JAIIB? What are the criteria to pass JAIIB? Is I am able to crack this JAIIB in a single attempt? What are the syllabus of JAIIB? How to score 60 plus marks in JAIIB? So there are so much questions that always come in the newcomer's mind. So that's why this module A is important, because this session is important. We will also start the question series, but this generic session will help you to know all the question that is hanging around your mind. So that's why this session is very, very much important. So yesterday class we have discussed about the module D. So today we are going to discuss the module A and its important contents and what are the percentage that cover in this one. Okay, so if I talk about the module A, so the module A is basically you have to cover 2 acts. Only 2 acts. Yes, this is 2. So module A, you have to cover only 2 acts. So ma'am, what are the 2 important acts? The first act is, what is act? First of all, you have to understand what is act, because in your LRB, you have to learn 22 acts. So act is basically the law book. Whenever the law books come in your mind, so always you people remember the sections and the cases, right? Section and cases. But in your LRB subject class, you do not have to remember the section. Please be happy. You do not have to remember the section, even you do not have to remember the cases. So ma'am, what we have to study from the law book? So class, you have to only study the concept which I'm going to teach you in the act. Only concept. Yesterday I have told you that module D, we have covered the module D, which is very important from the examination point of view. So same thing that is applied to module A, but module A, you can say that 8 to 10% questions come from module A. How much? 8 to 10% questions generally come from the module A. Okay, so basically I have told you module A 2 acts. So the first act is, that is Banking Regulation Act 1949, and the second act is the Reserve Bank of India, that is 1934. So these two are the acts which is very important from the examination point of view. Whatever questions that will come now, every questions whether come from the Banking Regulation Act and the Reserve Bank of India Act. That's it. So class, you have to remember these two acts very sincerely. Now, see, suppose if I talk about the Banking Regulation Act class, you know now, in India, we have a scheduled bank, non-scheduled bank. The scheduled bank and non-scheduled bank contain the commercial bank, that's the public, private, foreign bank, 1%, etc. Okay. So in this case, in the Banking Regulation Act, you have to learn the concept. Suppose I'm giving you the one concept, winding up the banking business. What is this? Winding up the banking. So what is the procedure? So you have to learn basically the winding up of the bank. You do not have to remember the sections which contain in Banking Regulation Act. You have to remember the words. Suppose what is winding up? What do you mean by the term merger? Suppose the one bank merged to the another bank. So what do you mean by the term merger? The second one is that what do you mean suppose the unclaimed deposit? So class, these are the important topics. I'm just giving you the simple example of this module A, that it's contained winding up banks, merger, what is unclaimed deposit, who give license to the banking, who cancel the license, etc. So these term, in if I when I will start the module A, so we will start the module A from the suppose sections. So in this module A, I will give you so much section, but you do not have to remember the section. Only you have to learn the meaning of the particular term. That's it. Okay. So the banking regulation, it is an act which defines how to regulate the bank. India, that is so much of bank. So who will regulate? Under whom direction the bank have to do the business? So everything that's contained in the Banking Regulation Act. So that's why this act is important. Hello Arnav sir. Hello, it's Sirama Natrajan sir. Hello. Okay class. So module A, only two acts you have to learn. Now what we have to learn in the Reserve Bank of India? In the Reserve Bank of India, you only have to learn the power and what are the power and functions of the Reserve Bank. You know now, the Reserve Bank is known as the father of the bank. Father of bank is, that is Reserve Bank of India. So you have to learn, you have to study the functions and power, and the question can be come from the functions and power. That's it. We do not have to go through the detailed manner that what's contained in the Reserve Bank of India. No. Simply you have to learn the power and functions of the Reserve Bank of India. So only these two you have to learn in your module A. Now I'm going to show you the chapters that contain module A. Okay. First of all, see the chapters. See the chapters, then I will going to explain you everything. Okay, now if I talk about the first one, that is the legal framework of the regulations of banks. So what contain in this one? What the legals, rules and regulations, what the legal rules and regulations that we have to make for the banks, that how to regulate it. Suppose if I give you the example of this property. So for the property, we have to make so much rules and regulations. So same thing for the regulations of the bank, we have to make the legal framework of this one. Legal framework of regulations of bank. So in this unit, in this chapter, we have to learn the intro about the Reserve Bank of India Act, intro about the Banking Regulation Act, intro about the how the government help in the banking sector. Hello, Amitabh sir. A very good evening to all of you. So, guys, in the first point, in the first chapter of Module A, you have to learn about the rules and regulations and intro of all these three things. Okay, now the next one. The next one is control over the organization of bank. Who is the controlling authority? So if I talk about this one, the Reserve Bank of India is the authority who have a power. Okay, Reserve Bank of India is the authority who have a power to regulate all the banks. You know, whatever the directions which is coming from the Banking Regulations Act, these direction, the Reserve Bank of India will be, the protector of all the banks. So every bank have, whenever any bank is going to be established or launched, so Reserve Bank of India will give license. So that's why the controlling authority will be the Reserve Bank of India. So you have to learn about the controlling over, how to control over the organizations of the banks. The next one is regulation of banking business. How to regulate the banking business? What are the banking business? Suppose if the bank is giving loan to the customer, if the bank is depositing money, so the bank, as you are the bankers, so the bankers have so much work. So how to regulate the banking business? We know that we have a various types of bank, so that every bank have a different business. So who will regulate these business? That thing we have to study in the third point. Got it? The next one is class. We have to learn about the returns, inspections, winding up, merger, acquisition. These are the topics of the banking company. Suppose, I think from 2017, in Central Bank of India, that is a public bank, so many branches are going to be closed by the Reserve Bank of India. Why? What is the reason? Because the inspection has been done by the Reserve Bank of India under the corporate governance, just like a corporate governance, and they are seeing that the Central Bank of India is not doing the work properly. So what is this? Who is inspecting? The Reserve Bank of India is inspecting. Okay, so that's why in this one we have to learn the various terms of this one. Then the fifth point is public sector bank and the cooperative bank. What is the exact meaning of public sector bank and the cooperative bank? The public sector bank is basically, if I talk about this, 60% customer open the account in the public sector. Why? Because the public sector bank is the trustworthy. So we have to learn the difference between the public sector and the cooperative bank. This is very important topic. Okay, and the last one is class. This is very important, and in this session, the exam of LRB is at 19 June. So 19 June, the question from module A has been come from this 6th point. And what is the 6th point? It's a financial sector legislative reform. What is financial sector legislative reform? See, as you know that in India, there are so much religion. So every religion have their own law, as you know that. If you know this Uniform Civil Code, its a full form is Uniform Civil Code. So what is the basic purpose of Uniform Civil Code? The basic purpose and its mean is one nation, one law. This is the basic purpose of one nation, one law. Okay, but if I talk about in the financial sector, so in the financial sector also we required a uniform law for all the banks. For all the banks. Okay, financial sector legislative reform. In this one, we required the uniform law for all the banks. Now, you people tell me, Amitabh sir, Arnav sir, is that possible? Tell me, sir and ma'am, that is that possible to take or to just make a law for all the banks, one law? Tell me. And everybody have to participate in the session. It's a two-way sessions. I am telling you the important contents of module A. Now I have asked the one question and you have to give me the reply. Yeah, come on, tell me. Come on, tell me, is that possible or not? So class, it is not possible to make the one law for all the banking sector, but still we are doing. We have only just proposed that we required these reforms, but its implementation, what I said, its implementation is not possible. Exactly, Natarajan sir, it is not possible. Just like a one nation, one law, it's just a law that is made. Its implementation is impossible because India have so much religion, sir. So that's why in the banking sector also it is not possible. So in this chapter, sir, I will show you the particular chart in which we have proposed so much agencies that have to become in the banking sector, but its implementation is not possible. And what is the Financial Sector Development Council? So if I talk about the Financial Sector Development Council, council means the group of people. So in this particular topic, that is Financial Sector Development Council, we have to learn about the basic thing. We have to learn, what things are required so that the financial sector will improve. The financial sector will go on. So that thing we have to study in the 6th point. So class, in module A, this is the only topic that you have to understand. This is the only topic. That's it. Okay. So if you want to study, if you want to get 70 plus marks in this LRB subject, so please focus on module C and D, and then 70 plus module A and B required. So this is all about your module A. So if you want to if you want to learn all the concept in a very detailed manner, so this is the JAIIB batch. Sorry, this is the JAIIB batch which is going to be start from 1st of July. So if you want to get enrolled in this JAIIB batch, the live classes will be there, ebooks are there, test series are there, and the recorded videos will be with you for the 6th month. So this is all about this paid batch. Hello Anjali ma'am. So if you want to get enrolled, the process is very simple. Okay, I'm going to show you the process because today 81% discount is going on, and class, this is the first batch. So if you want to get enrolled, you can easily start your batch with a fresh content because this is the first batch. We will also, start with the fresh contents. So if you want to get enrolled, click on this one, JAIIB, CAIIB, and November, December English. English medium means the English medium class. Okay. I'm your legal mentor. My name is Nikkita Singh. At the profession, I'm an advocate. So I will teach you the legal subject. So click on this English medium. Okay. And then click on view offer. Then you can easily put the coupon code, that is Y391, and click on apply. Then 3199 is the actual price. Okay, 3199 is the actual price of this batch. Okay, and it is better if you purchase the JAIIB CAIIB ka Mahapack. First of all, see that in this paid batch, you will get 73 test series, 67 ebooks, etc. Okay, so if you want to get enrolled in the JAIIB CAIIB ka Mahapack, why I am saying you, so that within 1 year, if you are targeting that you have to crack the JAIIB and CAIIB, then you can easily crack this exam. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So please stay in the session. The sessions are very much important because these are the generic. many candidates are personally asking, ma'am, what are the syllabus, what are this. So that's why we are doing the generic session, so that you can easily get your answer from these generic sessions. And do not worry about the sessions in the YouTube session. That is basically we will do the question series. So that's why question series are very much important, which I will be start from Monday. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Have a nice day and do not forget to subscribe the channel so that the notification will automatically come in your mobile. Thank you so much.